Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here today. I'm Ral West, owner of Ral West Living the Dream. If you're anything like most entrepreneurs I work with, you've probably experienced that frustrating feeling where you're working hard, checking things off your to do list, answering emails late at night, and yet you still feel stuck, busy, a little exhausted. The truth is, activity isn't the same as progress. Movement isn't the same as momentum. And a full calendar doesn't mean you're aligned with your vision. Today, we're going to talk about how to stay focused and maintain momentum so that your business actually moves you closer to the life you want, not further away. By the end of this conversation, you'll have a clear plan for setting goals that serve your life vision, breaking them down into actionable steps, and building a rhythm that keeps you moving forward without burning out. But before we talk about business goals, I want to ask you one simple but powerful question. What kind of life do you actually want? Because if your goals aren't connected to that answer, they're just noise. Get really specific. Start with your visions for where you see yourself in 5 years, 10 years, or 20. Where will you be living? What will you be doing? And who will be with you? How will you be spending your time? Working, playing, being with family and friends, traveling, or doing charity work? How will you be feeling emotionally, spiritually, and physically? And how will you be focusing on each of those areas of your life? And what about your finances? Do you have the income you will want to live the life the way you want? And how much is that? What are the most important aspects of your future life? What are your passions? This is one of the very first things we do inside my Live in the Dream mastermind because you can't scale with purpose if you don't know what you're scaling toward. And I believe that having your own business is all about giving you the kind of life you want. And if it doesn't support your dreams, it's not serving you. You're serving it. This vision for your life can be thought of as your why. And this why can be the fuel to propel you to the future that you want. Once you know what your ideal life looks like, you can reverse engineer your business goals to support it. So ask yourself, what revenue does the business need to generate and what profit? How much time freedom do I want? And how will my business support that? What team or technology do I need so I do not have to be stuck in the weeds? Your business should be the engine that fuels your life, not the cage that keeps you trapped. And here's a mindset shift. Instead of asking, how can I grow faster? Try asking, what kind of growth actually supports the life that I want? Growth at any cost is a fast track to burnout and unhappiness. Aligned growth will allow you to achieve the life you want. Big goals are exciting, but they can also be overwhelming if you don't break them down. So take your life vision and break it into annual, quarterly, monthly, or even weekly actions. Here's one example. If your life vision is to travel for 1 month every year from your family, maybe your business goal needs to be to build systems so that the business runs without you. And a quarterly goal might be to document and delegate the delivery of your core product and offerings so that other people can handle it while you're gone. And then a monthly action might be to record your standard operating procedures. Make sure you have your checklists and that you train your team step by step in the processes. Structure is what can keep you moving forward without overwhelm. One of the fastest ways to lose momentum is to set goals and create your vision and then never look at them again. One way to make sure you stay focused in the right direction is to write it down. Do a vision board. Create a visual reminder of what it is that motivates you every day. What's your why? And put it somewhere that will remind you of that vision every day. Then create this new habit. Set a time each week for you to reflect. How did my actions this week move me closer to my life vision, my why? What did I say yes to when it would have served my goals better to say no? What did I accomplish? What worked? What didn't? Where did I veer off track? And what adjustments do I need to make for next week? This simple rhythm changes everything. It keeps you focused and helps you make corrections when needed. You'll gradually strengthen your focus muscle so it will become easier and easier to stay on track and reach your goals and achieve the life that you want. Remember that momentum doesn't come from perfection, it comes from progress. So give yourself permission to drop goals that are no longer serving you. Celebrate small wins and shift priorities without guilt. And remember to say no to activities that do not serve you in reaching your future vision. Just don't stop moving forward. Progress requires consistent intention. Remember, it's progress, not perfection. You know, it's said you can't scale what you don't measure. So you need to set up a system to track your important data. Track things like your revenue and profit, the time you spend on CEO level strategy or creative thought, your client retention and satisfaction. You know, track your returns and your refunds. Track your marketing results. Make sure you know the number of leads or inquiries or new customers you're getting. And track how many hours you're working per week and how many weekends you're actually able to take off. But don't overcomplicate this. Even a simple spreadsheet or a whiteboard can help you keep you on track. You know, the biggest threat to your momentum? Distraction. Here's how to protect your focus. Make sure you set your top priorities at the beginning of each week. And practice time blocking. This means setting aside time to handle your top priorities so that they don't slip. Also, block time for specific projects or like tasks. A set time for dealing with emails or correspondence or meetings with your team. Sprinkling these throughout your day or week can be a time waster and a distraction. And it makes it hard to get into that zone of productivity to handle the more important projects. Batch your similar tasks to avoid that context switching and keep your mind focused. It's always hard to get back into the zone if you're scattered from one thing to the other all the time. And be sure that you are able to say not now to misaligned or lower priority projects. You can keep a parking lot document or a folder for ideas or future maybe tasks. And here's one of my favorite tips. Create some protected CEO time every week. This is time in which you can focus on working on your business and not just in it. You know, when things get busy or chaotic or you feel scattered, and you know it will happen, make sure you come back to your why. Why did you start this business? What kind of life do you want to create? What's your long-term vision, your why? And what matters most right now? Your vision is the fuel that keeps you going. So let's recap. Start with your life vision. Align your goals to support that vision. Break them down into steps that you can take each year, each quarter, each month, and track your data so that you'll know if you're on the right track. And don't forget to review and adjust regularly. You need to make sure that you protect your time and your mental energy. And above all, keep moving forward. Even if the plan isn't perfect, remember progress, not perfection. Please share in the comments, what's one personal goal that your business is helping you achieve this year? I'd really like to know. If you want to go deeper and learn how to build a business that truly supports your life, you can start by watching my free training here. It's called ralwest.com/6-principles. That's SIX-principles. And if you want to talk more about your business, your life, and what you want to achieve, please reach out to me. Go to www.ralwest.com/let's talk. Thank you for joining me today. And now go take action toward achieving the life and the business that you really want.